All right, if you could just put the microphone mute, appreciate that. So everyone, let me just, okay, that's good. Everyone, thanks for coming, especially for the one of our partner, Positive team. Thanks for coming in a 40 minutes notice. I really appreciate that. So today, since the Sydney is in lockdown, so I'd like to do some type of a course for our partners regards to our new technology and new equipment. So this is the first day, the first time of in August doing this webinar. So today I'd like to introduce Mimaki's new 3D printer, which is entry model, very small platform, 3DFF-222 3D printer. This webinar today is expecting between 45 to 60 minutes, so please bear with me for that long. Thank you for your patience. And just for 2 notes, this webinar is being recorded till end. So please bear in mind. The second housekeeping rule, please put your microphone off or mute unless you have questions. When you have a question, please either shout out to me or just enter your question into a comment, the chat window. So I appreciate that. So this webinar's course is basically more to maybe sales technical or more to sales side about this printer, how you talk or how you understand how you talk with your existing customers and so on. So I'm not involving so much technical part other than software demonstration, but it's more to the understanding of Mimaki's 3D printer position for this entry platform. So the contents include what is Mimaki's 3DFF-222 3D printer, what technology in use. Basically going over dealer guide, specification, pricing, and support and warranty structures. Application case study, including software, and finally, we do a 3D printing demo from my home. So I think you've got the the view of my 3D printer at home. It's working 24 hours a day now to print lots of 3D channel letters. So I'm going to show you how to work on this. All right, introduction, the basic introduction for Mimaki's 3DFF-222. First of all, welcome to Mimaki's 3D printing world. As you already know, that Mimaki has been working on a 3D products for the market strategy for over 2-3 years, including full color 3D printer. The 3D printer we are introducing today is not full color and not a high-end, but it is one of the OEM rebadged product from a Korean manufacturer. So we released this plastic filament, low-cost 3D printer, filament printer in earlier 2020, which is about 18 months ago. And now Mimaki Australia is proud to announce it's launching in Australian market from this month. It is OEM Mimaki product that manufactured by a company called Sindo. You can easily Google search Sindo, who is one of the innovating brand of a 3D printer for this type of desktop range. Who is one of the leading manufacturer of filament technology 3D printing system in Korea. The Mimaki 3DFF-222 was rebranded from original Sindo equipment, which called 3D Works -1 3D printing system, which you can also find from Google, from Amazon, from any kind of online shopping of this printer. In order to provide additional product portfolio to Mimaki's local subsidiary and Mimaki's sub-distributor, in order to provide total printing solution to the end users. So basically, this product is not made by Mimaki, but made by someone else in Korea. And the reason we are rebadging this product for Mimaki is involving entire Mimaki's sales network, the sales partners, to approach this new portfolio of Mimaki to existing customers. So we are not trying to compete against their Sindo's original customers and original market, which is more to like high-end medical, education, those type of things. But we are trying to implement this to the more to signage and industrial market, that Mimaki existing channel partner works for already. The 3DFF-222 product access is provided to all Mimaki Australia's resellers and partners without any restrictions and limitations. So you can basically start selling from tomorrow or even today. We've got a stock of a printer, we've got a stock of filament and spare parts as well. All right, just a simple explanation of what technology in use for 3DFF-222. Basically, again, it's not same as what a full color high-end 3D printer from Mimaki already, but it is single color filament printing 3D printer, which is very easy to use and maintain. Before we go to, sorry, I have to go. This one first. This is for Mimaki Australia dealers guideline for price and support document. Instead of having a one Excel spreadsheet for the pricing, I'd like to introduce you with a 5-page with the existing channel partners. All right, first of all, the price point of a printer and filament refill. The machine price for customer, the single unit price is $24.95, so about $2,500 plus GST. The dealer's price is 20% base margin, so it's $1,996 ex GST for 1 unit. For dealers and channel partners who is doing a bulk orders, we basically do buy 5 and get 1 free because it comes with 6 pieces in 1 pallet. So we basically giving 6 machines with a 5 machines price. So buying 6 units in $9,980 ex GST, which gives you the single printer cost of $1,663. So it's about $330 of additional profit you are getting from bulk buying. The printer price includes, or printer package includes the printer as well as desktop software, which is called the 3D Works desktop, which basically does a slicing software. I will show you, what it is later on. 1 roll of white plastic filament for startup kit. Maintenance kit to be provided as a whole package in the printer, as well as a 12-month warranty. I'm going to explain the later page about the warranty guideline because we are not providing on-site service and support and installation for this printer, but I will explain how that works. Refill filament pricing. Basically, there are 9 different colors of filament. Please note that we currently have stock of only white and black, but we are currently ordering to factory for other 7 colors. So we've got available colors, white, blue, yellow, pink, gray, black, red, green, and purple. So those 9 colors. Please note that this printer doesn't only accept 1 color to print at the time. So you can exchange the color in wherever you want, during the job, but you can't print more than 2 colors at the same time, even for mixing colors and so on. So you need to restrict for only 1 color at a time. The filament pricing for customer is $60, and the dealer price is $45. So base margin is 25%. And if you buy one carton at a time for any colors, which is only single color, not applied for the multiple color for 10 rolls, but buying 10 rolls of a filament in a box will give you additional $6 margin per roll. So it gives you basically 35% of a base margin. This is other consumables, which customer doesn't need to replace like a weekly base or monthly basis. But this is supply items that are consumables or one parts are not covered under warranties. Customer needs to basically purchase when it breaks. First one is a cartridge case. This is an eco case, so it's not you can reuse the same cartridge for many times by refilling only the filament roll into the printer. But sometimes the guide inside is broken, and while the customer is maintaining the inside of it, it may be cracked and so on. So it's meant to be a consumable. The second is a bed plate. The bed plate is flexible in order for easily removing a printed object. But by saying that, customer can easily bend too much, and it doesn't keep flatness of the bed, so you need to replace that. And lastly is a nozzle head. The nozzle head works for probably 20 to 30 rolls of the filament, because it's a heating and unheating. It's like a heating element inside of it, and it's one part after a certain amount of the roll to print. Please note that you can print a full bed with a 5 centimeters of a height and probably 5 to 6 sets of a print. So one roll of a filament can really do many things. So it's not like a consuming for one job or two jobs and so on. But probably nozzle head for full of usage, nozzle head may need replacement for every 6 to 9 months. Depends on the usage. Regards to warranty and support guideline, first of all, on-site service, on-site installation, and remote support for end users are not provided by Mimaki for 3DFF-222 product. Visitors and end user useful document and videos are all available in following source. You can go to Mimaki Australia's website in order to look at manual and parts list to purchase any consumables and equipment. Mimaki Global website, in Mimaki sales information site, there are lots of case study available. This is only for registered Mimaki resellers person may access. If you do not have access key, or if you forgot access key, please contact Mimaki's national marketing manager in order to get one for you. Thirdly, the various videos are always available in YouTube. Use following example keywords to search the suitable contents. Example 1, type Mimaki 3DFF-222. Example 2, Sindo 3D Works 1. This is a hardware name from Sindo. The third example is Sindo 3D Works Desktop. In case you are looking for a software tutorial, software operation guide. So there are lots of contents available from both Mimaki and Sindo for this operation and maintenance. Regards to product warranty support, 3DFF-222 product warranty support is provided by Send Back to Base service. Please follow below steps to claim defects of your product. Step 1, warranty covers 12 months from end user's purchase date. Warranty is provided by replacement with working unit. Step 2, end user must pack a defective unit with original box and ship to Mimaki Australia in following address and attention. please attach copy of document that proves purchase date and notice of details, explanation of failure. So Mimaki's technical support can receive and do the maintenance and have a quick look. And after the Mimaki technical support proves the failure of the unit, we are sending the alternative unit in order to let customer work in a quicker days. But Mimaki Australia will keep that defect date for the repair, and we will circulate that for the other customer when they claim the defect. The shipping cost must be arranged by end user for shipping back, and replacement unit shipment is arranged by Mimaki Australia. The same warranty expiry date of original purchase unit is to be applied to the replacement unit. That basically means if the unit is broken after 11 months of date of purchase and the customer got the replacement unit, that warranty for that replacement unit is 1 month, which is 12 months minus 11 months, for example. All right, this dealer's document will be sending shortly to not everyone first of all, but whoever either we supplied or we sold the demo machine to, and who the distributor who joined this course. All right, next 30 minutes, I'd like to go for a little bit more the application and demo part of webinar. So before you are involved or using the printer for any case, this is point of understand in this page. First photo shows what the system configuration is. 3D printer needs a data. So data is created by software which is installed in computer. And the printer must be installed on the printer table. So Mimaki do not supply this computer and printer table, so it must be prepared by operator or the customers. You can operate a 3D printer by connecting USB or Ethernet with PC, or even you can do Wi-Fi base. Or you can create a data in your working computer, and you can store that data to the USB flash memory, and you can stick that USB flash memory into 3DFF-222 in order to run offline. So you do not necessarily have a computer always to connect with this printer, but you can just alternate your any laptop or computer to generate data for printing. Explaining each part of a printer. We have a top door and front door in order for easily access to the inside. Please make sure that during its printing, the bed is about around 50 degrees and the nozzle head is around 200 degrees. So please do not touch those parts to avoid injury. The nozzle head is hidden from this photo, but it's a capping station exists on the right-hand side of the carriage rail. You have 5-inch full-color touch panel as a display monitor. There is interior camera, which you can see the product is working and how it's working from your smartphone. You have USB port in order to output data from, or you have Ethernet or USB port on the back side of the machine. On the front side, right, there is a cartridge slot for echo case slot for the filament. And that blue part is modeling table. So 3 things important to remember, before start operating the machine. First, the eco cartridge, you need to make sure that the filament is into eco cartridge and it's set. Second, the bed is flexible, so you do not need to use a scraper to peel off the object, but you can easily bend the bed plate in order to peel off the object printed. The third one, the bed level is important, but there is no special tool to require to adjust the bed level because the machine already includes the functionality inside of it. So either the first time you turn on the machine, or when you move from a printer to current place to next place, even you are moving for 1 meter or 2 meters from current place, it's recommended to proceed a bed level adjustment. All right, example of applications we've got. Basically, it's based on your idea. So Mimaki has introduced in the beginning using a 3D printer, 3DFF-222 as a flatbed printer jig. So when customer printing a pen or a phone case, a USB port, a USB stick, so you can easily make this type of jig from a plastic. And you can even set to the origin point easily by using a default the button jig. When the COVID has started, the Mimaki engineering in Japan has been promoting a lot of personal protection equipment, which is the face shield guard, face guard frame. So Mimaki engineering has been distributing more than 60,000 pieces of this personal protection equipment to the market. For example, the pet clinic or normal humans clinic or supermarket or whoever wants to have the this isolation kit for the personal protection. And the current demand is a lot for this. The Mimaki has recently started, promoting application for 3D letters. So what we are showing on the machine video, the different monitor is who is printing the channel letters. Let me just show you example. So those are 3D letters. This is just a miniature version, but bed size is 20 centimeters, 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters. So it goes up to 20 centimeters of height and width, as well as the depth. Even you can create those data via Illustrator, and you can make 3D shape and effect from Photoshop. So you do not need like $20,000 of the 3D correction data, 3D editors, and so on. But you can just play around with Illustrator and Photoshop doing that. We've also got a 3D science as an application, as well as the 3D pictogram thermal transforming. So if you have seen the opening ceremony of an Olympic, there are lots of 50 different the sports. It's shown as a pictogram or pictograph, whichever they're called in English. And the demand is increasing at this moment for like braille signage and for universal usage and so on. So today I want to show you how you print, those things from beginning to the end. If I can. I'm not yet a specialist. I'm learning every day, but then I'm going to show you what I know about today. Just 30 minutes past. Is there any questions you want to ask?
Tomo.
Hey.
Hey, it's Michael from Positive.
Michael, how are you?
Good,
Long
buddy.
time, mate.
Mate, those when it comes to can you make like lures and stuff, and are they waterproof, the ink, once it's all hard, etc.?
Yes, the ink stick with the plastic, so you can make those personal items if you want.
Right. Okay. So it's all waterproof, etc., and it's not going to dissolve in water.
No, it won't. It's just a piece of plastic, piece of hard plastic.
Right. Okay.
So well, it's not flexible at all once it's printed.
Yep.
But that means that it's waterproof. Well, ink may peel off from a filament if you put in water and play around. But right. This material itself is waterproof. It doesn't dissolve by water.
Right. Okay. Okay. Thanks, mate.
Mm-hmm. That was a good question, mate. All right, let us start from more software side. Basically, that today's goal is for you, in order to, after set up the printer, I want you to just understand how easy to implement this software and what's the cost of it and how you do it, right? So it doesn't matter in any method you are printing with a 3DFF printer, you need to have this software, 3DWorks Desktop, right? A USB stick, which already has an installer software of 3DWorks Desktop, comes with a printer, right? But it's a license-free, and you can also download from website from Sindor. So if you lost this desktop, no worries about it. I'm going to show you how to find it. You've got Google, so just type 3DWorks Desktop. From a Sindor printer. So it's in here. So you've got in the top of it, triple F, the 3DWorks Desktop version 1.6. This is the latest software. They already put the latest in the website. Even you install from USB stick, which comes with machine, that the software may ask you for the first time to upgrade to the latest version, and you can just guide it to this website as well. The first time you opened it, the first thing you need to do, or software already asks you what to do, is go to setting menu, go printer setting, and make sure you select 3DFF-222. And you can also see this is as many as a single manufacturer and has so many different equipment. Doesn't matter what size it is, probably they've got 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters maybe, but make sure that you select a 3DFF-222. And just to stay, to keep all the, setting as is, and click OK. So the initial process is done, right? The next step, what to do? I'm gonna do, easier step first. In order to open the data, you will just click a load from a left menu. And look what's the support object, support file type of 3DWorks desktop. So you've got .stl, .3mf, .ply, .obj, and .gcode. All right. For this application machine, entry model and monocolor, I would say more than 80% of people uses .stl. OBJ is, the very popular file type, the file type for high-end and full-color 3D printing. But I heard that there is almost no one is using for this shape, this file type for this entry 3D printer. Hey, Steve, how are you? Thanks for coming.
Turning light.
That's okay. I'm going to send you a recorded one later. Just bear with us. All right, I'm going to put your mic mute, okay? All right, for 3DFF-222 the application, you probably need to remember only STL and G code, right? STL is kind of a shape, shape data is involved. So if you download a quick file for 3D printing from any website, it comes with STL most of the time. The G code is the one which already converted to slicing data. So it's basically, printer accept a G code. When printer receive a STL file, it will, make a slice by itself. All right. So I'm going to show you quickest way, which is a G code. Any of Mimaki, the promotion samples is made by .g code. See, it's already converted to the printer's language, slicing data. So I'm gonna just do this, the channel letter, the 3D letters data as an example. So what I'm gonna do is just to go to the folder, which is this 3D letters data is already exists, which is G code data. I'm going to pick up one of the G code data here, which is a bigger one. All right, for opening G code data, because it's already sliced data for 3D printing, so it takes a little time to de-slicing and showing in a viewer. So it takes a little time to do it, to load it. All right, after loading it, it shows the, the shape. The G code, you can see a little stripe of the yellow because it's, converted back from sliced data. So it has some kind of noise and so on. But what it is you don't need to even open the G code data, but just sticking to a USB stick for the G code. And I'm going to show you the one of the video. Which is printing from USB stick. All right, you just stick the USB memory, which already has this data, to the printer, the G code data, and you just operate on the touch panel to select any data, and it will update the display. right? And you just select, the go ahead to print. So now, after you start printing it, all the data is already loaded into a printer. So you can even take off the USB stick. So the next video is showing how it starts printing. So the printer needs to increase the temperature to 200 degrees for nozzle and 50 degrees for bed. So it takes a little while to set it up. So what it's doing is basically after you start printing it, it heats up and it just starts printing it. And this is how quick it it prints. So it always starts from left front side because it just needs to continuously, export the filament from the nozzle. So it always starts like this. All right, this is what I explained was what's the quickest way to print something. Pick up G-code data, which is already sliced, put it into a USB stick, and stick it stick to the 3D printer, so it's ready to go. All right, next step I'm gonna show you is printing from SLA data. For example, let's do this vacuum forming data. I'm gonna put the vacuum forming. All right, this one, this is basically, showing how to drag it. So it's a 3DFF, Mimaki 3DFF logo data, in order to make the thermal forming object, like what's on the photo down underneath. And once you open the SRL data, what you need is you can now edit the size as long as this is still SRL before slicing. You can edit size, and you can even copy the. You can make a multiple object. Like this. All right, before sending it, you basically need to convert to G code. So what you do is you go to a file menu and select save G code. So it will slice out in the software and it saves it as a G code data. Well, basically those two steps, one is the G code data and STL data, which before slicing the data is two of the two ways to work on this printer. Let me show you a few ways. One of the way. Let me do two ways to print whatever you want, right? The first thing is this. if you can see the software monitor, this software is called the Tinkercad, which is made by Autodesk, right? So this software is basically online based and free of charge. So you can just, not download, but you can just register and play. So just go to Tinkercad. And create a new design. So you have the workplace and you've got lots of, the basic object right here. In order to select whatever the shape you want. You can also size you want to. Also, in case if you want to make jig data for flatbed printer, what you are doing is basically So this is whole type, the whole list of the, the function sheet. Where you start with is you start the designing the 2D shape first in Adobe Illustrator, right? After you design the 2D data from the top view, like this, then you just need to export the data with SVG file from an export menu. And then this SVG file can be opened in a Tinkercad. And you can start working on a Tinkercad in order to make the 3D shape, putting a height. Basically, and then you can also use the same Adobe Illustrator data in order to put the Mimaki logo or any logos in order to make it as the print data. So you can print on the those small part by using the same data. Right. The other thing you can do is you can go to one of the popular website, Thingiverse. This is American website, Thingiverse. What you can do from here is this is kind of one of the community, thing in order to share the 3D printing data, 3D design data from student designers in the world. And just to start from similar one, like type phone case. So you've got lots of the phone case thing. Probably, I don't know if it prints well, or let me do this. This little phone case with gears and so on. You just click that. And then this site is all free. So you can click on download all files. You don't need to register anything at all. So you just get it downloaded. And those data, I think this is more than two data in one folder, because I think after printed it, you need to assemble it by yourself. But anyway, I'm gonna just show you one of the STL file. Let's put it in here. Then I'm gonna open the file which I just downloaded. So I think this is just a part of the phone covers, but it's missing a gear data. I think gear data is in this list of the those small files. Anyway, after you load it up, and you can just export this data to G code. Just takes a little while to slice the G code. So as soon as it's converted to G code, you cannot move it anywhere else. You cannot do scaling and so on. But anyway, this is how you basically download and convert to G code data in order for ready to print. All right, that's basically it for the the quick process of how you start printing it. I'm going to show you a little video as a video, useful for operating the printer. The first one is how you are doing a bed leveling. When you start, when you first time you start a printer, or when you move from one place to other, it's mandatory to readjust the bed. So basically, you go to a setting menu and select a bed leveling. So it's all automatic. So you just need to, let it just let it work by itself until it finishes on the display. All right, so this is the second part of the bed leveling. So basically, after the bed is adjusted by a printer by itself, All right, after adjustment or after checking is finished, it shows either the checking result, and you will be advised that you need to adjust this, this side of the gear for probably 45 degrees or, and so on. But it just can be done without any tools. But you will see that on the display, how you need to adjust. This time, I just moved the printer for 10 centimeters, before adjusting. So it just gives you a good result anyway. I'm gonna show you how you should remove the object once it's printed. So what it is the printer makes the first base layer before actual printing object part. So this printed layer can be taken off very easily, but you probably the reason I use this scraper, which comes with machine, is because the table is already cold, temperature was off, and heater was off already. So it just needs time to take it. But as long as within 30 minutes or within hour, while you take off while the bed is hot, then it's pretty easier to remove it. So just an example in my how do you do this? All right, just on my hand, I've got one of the object which taken off, which removed from the bed just after printing, and the bed was hot. So you still see the this basement part still together with the the object. So it was how easy I removed it. And after that, you can just take this off, take this bottom layer off easily by hand. Like this. So what I'm gonna do this month and probably before early next month is we are trying to print this little channel letters, 3D letters sample for maybe a couple of sets. And I want to start giving to you as the Mimaki's distributor who's got the 3D printer. For positive team, I'm gonna talk with Phil-san, to get two of them for demo machine, so New South Wales, Victoria can start selling it. And I think the Sean, the team in the Bywise and Graphic Art Mart already got one or two, probably. So you can start, the promoting this. So the reason why I invited your team is because you've got a media shop and you've got a customer always knocking at the door for the ordering the parts, inks, and so on. So if you've got the, I just want to know if showing this printer on your local, the media shop counter, and when customer comes, oh wow, what's this? And I don't think your team, no one is has sold any of 3D printer before from any brand. But I'd like to provide opportunity from Mimaki in order to have we just have a wider portfolio than anyone else. And you already know how to work with Mimaki, how to involve with Mimaki. So basically, I want happy selling with you.